ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येम अक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲ
देवहितं
ಕೇಳ್ತಲ್ಲ.
यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति
ಕೇಶವ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ
नस्तार्क्ष्यो
ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो yeah, I'm listening to you. स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषव्यो दिव्याधि महारथो जायतां दुग्ध्री धेनुः ओढानड्वानासुः सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णुरथेष्ठाः सभेयो युवा अस्य यजमानस्य about you now अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामे no audio is heard I'm just
Now
deciding
it's okay.
thank you ब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् राष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषव्यो दिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दुग्ध्री धेनुः वोढानड्वान् आसुः सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णुरथेष्ठा सभेयो युवा अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामे नः पर्जन्यो वर्षतो फलवत्यो न ओषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो नः कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः आप्यायन्तु मम अङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनिरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ दुर्गायै स्वाहा ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः देवी प्रपन्नार्तिहरे प्रसीद प्रसीद जातः जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरि पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवी चराचरस्य या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः Om. So today is a very fortunate day for us when on these Tuesdays we have a great opportunity of remembering and at the same time noting down the eminence, the exploits, the warfare intelligence, and committed to Amavaru, committed to cause Deva Karya a success. So when she is a Samudjata, Samudja is Ujjama. The Ujjama of Devi is, in one way, is to help Dharma, to uphold Dharma. And those people who are opposed to this Dharma, they are there to be quelled down. So this way, there have been a large number of avatars of Mahavishnu, Amsha avatars of Shiva and others. Then Amavaru also, Adishakti Swarupini. And somebody was telling today that even before the Adivarahamurti, avatar of Vishnu, there is the Varahi Devi who is pre-existent. So we don't know what is what, but anyway, there are Puranas which tell us that the antiquity of any deity can never be assessed. If at all we assess, it is our ignorance and it cannot be perfect. Therefore, dating is something very hard because we are, after all, in this yuga, in this world, so we must have some kind of bhakti and then accept it as a paradevata, sanatani, sada pujya. So, Ammavaru eppudu kuda sada sanatani. So, she has been continuously holding the responsibility to see that she is doing good for the people and the dharma is being. So, though maybe people are there who want to erase Sanatana, stupid ideas are there, who has got the power to remove the Rishi Parampara and Rishi culture and the sacrifice done by the various Rishis and so on. So, we have to only follow and get our lifestyles and life programs really rewarding because we are not permanent in the world. We are only given a few decades of life. Though people say Satamanam 100, but 10 decades, but how many decades we can live, we can be active, etc., is again predetermined. We go to astrologers sometime. Oh, sir, tell me, would I do building a big this, that, and all that? Would I? But people don't ask whether I can build a temple, whether I can do some devakaryas, whether I can do yajnas. They don't go. And moreover, Harinapi Harenapi Brahmanapi Surairapi ಲಲಾಟ ಲಿಖಿತ ರೇಖಾ ಪರಿಮಾರ್ಷ್ಟುಂ ನ ಶಕ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ ಭರ್ತೃಹರಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಬರೆದಿರುವ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈವನ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ರೋಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ತರಹ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀಯಾ ನೀನೇ ಬಾ ಓದೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಡೆಸಿಫರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. So Brahma himself cannot decipher what has been destined for the jivas before they are being pushed into the world. So దాన్నే బ్రహ్మరాత అంటారు. ఆ బ్రహ్మరాతను చదవడానికి బ్రహ్మజాత కాదు. But if at all any astrologer is able to uncover that, so they are just complimented as దైవజ్ఞాస్. దైవంను తెలుసుకున్న వాళ్ళు. ఎంతవరకు తెలుసుకోగలరు? హౌమార్ very limited. And therefore, we simply follow what our rishis have taught us or messaged us or instructed us or guided us. For example, when you read that Ammavaru yokka Swarupam, Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Dhatri Swaha Swada Namostute. So Amma, she is Swada and also Swaha. So this will tell us that she is double. She is concerned with the Pitrus at the same time, the Jivas at the same time, the gods. So to say that nowhere Amma is disconnected. Amma is connected here as long as her last breath comes also, even then she remembers her children, and that's a great fortune for a mother, and there is no replacement for a mother. So Ammavaru is a Jayanti, Mangala, Kali, Bhadrakali, Kapalini, and behind all this meaning, I mean, behind all these ideas, words, there is a lot of background. And this is all the Kirti of Parameswari. And to such great Kirti Vidam Tayi, just to only make namaskar. Namaste Stu Mahamaye Sri Pithe Surapujite Shankha Gada ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ವೆರಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮೇಕ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಟು ಹರ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ eighth chapter of the Uttama Charitam section of Durga Saptasati, where Ammavaru has continued her fight in the war ground, and she has put out the Shambha Nishambha Rakshasas, and they were actually the Sumbha Nishambha Rakshasas were dependent upon the Chandamunda Asuras, something like Kamsa depending upon the Chanura, the wrestlers. And before he went to fight Krishna and Balarama, that those two wrestlers, they were allowed to go and fight and finish off Krishna. A very interesting thing. So, though like that, here also we have got the Chandamundas. They are done when they both are killed by Amma in the war. Then Sumbhan is Rakshasa. He became alert, and he has ordered all his large army with all their own respective trained Sena or army, and go to fight with the Ammavaru. Now he gave up the idea of marrying Durga Parameswari, looking at her whole prowess, and he has his own doubts. But anyway, so all this Sainyam is being ordered. Niryantu Agnaya Tvarita Mama Yuddhaya. In sloka number 6, it is a final command that the Sumbha Rakshasa gives. Yes, you all get ready and become determined to go and try to meet up the lady and in war. So not only he ordered the entire army to run off, but at the same time he also jumped into the war ground, because he is said to be Bhairava Shasanaha Mahasainya Sahasraihi Bahubhurutaha Nirjagama. So the chieftain, the Maharaja, the Mahasura, he also came out because he could not remain in the court, or in the Simhasanam and all that. So he came to the conclusion that he should go and try his best to put out her. And this is the situation for which Ammavaru was waiting, that the Rakshasas will come and do. So this is what Yuddhotsaha that we must understand. So whenever anybody goes to for fight, nobody should back up. That is the spirit. Yuddhotsaha is what is special. So in the Yuddhotsaha, all people are very, very alert, agile, and this is a big opportunity for the Veeras or the Kshatriyas to demonstrate there. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sukshatriya Partha Labhante Yuddham Idrusam. Aya Partha, ಈಗಿನ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಯುದ್ಧ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, not ordinarily possible, and only those who are really good at war. This is a festival for them. Yuddha, Ranga, and Yuddha, Rana. Therefore, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ದಿ ವಾರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ, ದಿ ವಾರ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣ. ಸೊ ವೆರೆವರ್ ವಾರ್ descriptions go, you can see the spirit. But in Lalita Sahasranamam, Amavaru war ways are not known. In about 10 slokas or so, the war will be completed with that Bhandasura, and other information about Amavaru is being given in Lalita Sahasranam. But in Saundarlahari, which is one of the Prasthanatraya of Sri Vidya, Amavaru is Shantam, Tambula Purita Mukhi, Tripura. So Amavaru ಬಾಯಿ ತುಂಬ ತಾಂಬೂಲ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆನಂದವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ತವ ಹಿ ಶರಣಾವೇವ ಶರಣವು ಅಂತ ಶಂಕರರು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಅಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಪಾದಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಫ್ರೀ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿಂದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದಗಳು ನಮ್ಮದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೋ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರೋ ಏನೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್. ಸೊ ಆದರೆ ಕೂಡ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್, ದ್ರಾಘೀಯಸ್ಯ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯ, ನಿಂದು ತುಂಬ ದೂರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣ, ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಚರಣಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮದು ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ನಂಬರ್ 8, ಆಯಾಂ ತಂ ಚಂಡಿಕಾ ದೃಷ್ಟ್ವಾ ತತ್ಸೈನ್ಯಂ ಅತಿಭೀಷಣಂ ಚಾಜ್ಯಾಸ್ವನೈಃ ಪೂರಯಾಮಾಸ ಧರಣೀ ಗಗನಾಂತರಂ ತತಃ ಸಿಂಹೋ ಮಹಾನಾದಂ ಅತೀವ ಕೃತವಾನ್ ಮಮ ನೃಪ ಘಂಟಾಸ್ವನೈನ ತಾನ್ನಾದಾತ್ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ ಚ ಉಪಬ್ರಹ್ಮಯತು. ಸೊ ಭೈರವಶಾಸನಃ ಬಹುವಿರ್ವೃತಃ ನಿರ್ಜಗಾಮ ಶಂಭೋ ರಾಕ್ಷಸಃ. ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್, ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ಶಿ? ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ ಉಪಬ್ರಹ್ಮಯತು. ಶಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ became equally spirited, ready to fight with that asura. And before that, she made the Dhanushtankara, Jaswana, and the entire universe is reverberating with the sounds of the dhajya, or the cord of the bow. So in fact, that was also one of the measures through which one can destroy or kill the enemies, because that's why in Devi Bhagavatam it is said, Nyankaradhvanina tvam hi dushta rakshasa bandhini anta. So she made all rakshasas being bound up or tied up by very much, bringing them in groups and spirit to fight. So Nyankaradhvanina tvam hi dushta rakshasa bandhini ತ್ವಾಮಹಂ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಯಿಷ್ಯಾಮಿ ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯಂ ದೇಹಿ ಮೇ ಸದಾ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ರಾಮಾಯಣಂ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದು ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ರಾಮಾಯಣಂ ಅಂದರೆ ತತ್ಸವಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದು 24 ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು, 24 ಲೆಟರ್ಸಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ದೇವಿ ಭಾಗವತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಚಮೋಧ್ಯಾಯ. ಎನಿವೆ, ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ ಶಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್, ಬಿಕಮ್ ರೆಡಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ Durga Parameswari is ready, also her Vahanam, Simham. Simho Mahanadam Ativa Kritavan Rupa. Hey Raja, Suratha, even అమ్మవారు తీసుకొచ్చినటువంటి ఆ సింహం కూడా ఈక్వల్ స్పిరిటెడ్. అండ్ ఎంత అమ్మవారు ఎంత చక్కగా యుద్ధం చేస్తుందో అంతే స్పిరిట్తో, ఉత్సాహంగా, ధైర్యంగా ఆ లయన్ కూడా పనిచేసింది. దెర్ఫోర్ we make number of namaskaras to the lion Simha of Devi also, because we just respect her with Durga Parameswari as a Simha Vahini. That is keeping that Simha as her vehicle. And moreover, she loves her father very much. Every daughter loves her father more than the son. That is an established fact. May sons may controvert saying that no, no, I love my father. Nothing. Son is secondary compared to daughter. That's why all those people who have daughters, they are very fortunate in this birth, because if sons drop off, daughters don't drop off the parents, older they are. So like that, here Ammavaru Kuda, along with the lion, both of them became alert. And naturally, not only that, the Sainiam, the Sainiam of Ammavaru, even that also was active. So, the entire war ground and the entire world got filled with the nada, the terrible sound. That's ಯುದ್ಧಧ್ವನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಬಾಣಧ್ವನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. So there is a proverb in Sanskrit, ಬಾಣಧ್ವನೌ ಅನಧ್ಯಾಯ ಅಂತ. See, when there is the sounds of the banas or arrows, no educational institution will be working. No work. So all people have got to go to war. And only children and women remain in the house. But all youths will go to war. In fact, I remember as a practical issue when Egyptian wars were going on, Egypt, I had a colleague friend in Pune who came from Egypt, Cairo, and he left just after marriage. He came for his PhD in agricultural science, working on the oranges, and he was very close to me, Amir. So he came to my room. Suddenly he said, Prabhakar, there's a war going on. I am a youth. I am here. I had to protect my children. I had to go and do. He went on very much worried about the war going on. And then I told him, you are in India. You are in Pune. You cannot immediately rush. There are so many conditions that. So you just make prayer for all Yuddha Devatas. See that the war, Egyptian war, comes to conclusion safe, and your children, then your wife and all people will be okay. ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಧನು, ಘಂಟ, ಜ್ಯಾ, ಸಿಂಹ, ನಾದಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಧನುರ್ನಾದ, ಜ್ಯಾನಾದ, simhanada, ghantanada, and the nada of all other implements or weapons, that it completely occupied the entire quarters. ಸೊ ಯುದ್ಧಧ್ವನ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಣಧ್ವನವು ಅನಧ್ಯಾಯ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಲ್ಲಿ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ರೈಟರ್ ಬಾಣ, ಭಟ್ಟ ಬಾಣ. ಅವರು ಹರ್ಷಚರಿತ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾದಂಬರಿ ಬೆಳೆದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಸಿ. ಕಾದಂಬರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫು 8 ಪೇಜಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಸ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಸ 8 ಪೇಜಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಸ್, not to compete with anybody. Of course, Dandin is also another prose poet, but is a Gadya Kavya. But among all those, Bhattabhana is top. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬಾಣ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. ಮೈ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ಪಂಡಿತ್, ಮೈ ಗುರು was not very happy to teach us Bhattabhana's Kadambari. He was not liking, but still we had some portion as a syllabus for our examination. So we requested him and he went on, however. But I mean to say that ಈ ನಾದ Dingmukha Puritam. All the fringes of the quarters are being covered up by the reverberating, the sounds, the high sounds of that. On the other hand, and Kali also, she also Ninadaihi Bhishanaihi Kali Jigye Vistaritanana. 10th sloka I am now reading, and I'll just continue to read the other ones also, and then explain us, because we should also have that kind of power, the Parayana Sukham and Parayana Phala, as we are sitting here to make the Parayanam and at the same time Adhyayanam of Durga Saptasati. People are always fond of Parayanam and looking at the number of pages or chapters or anything like that. No, when we sit at leisure, as we are doing, in fact, I was asked to cover the entire Durga Saptasati in 3 days by a group of people, our own students, and more than 36, 40 people had attended that. Probably it is running in the YouTube also. So you observe that Disham, so the entire Dinmukha is pulled up like that. Now, Tam Ninadam Upasrutya Daitya Sainyaihi Chaturdisham Devi Simha Tatha Kali Saroshaihi Parivarita एतस्मिन्नन्तरे भूपा विनाशाय सुरद्विषां भवायामरसिंहानाम् अतिवीर्यबलान्विताः ब्रह्मेश गुह विष्णूनां तथा इन्द्रस्य च शक्तयः शरीरेभ्यो विनिष्क्रम्य तद्रूपैः चण्डिकां ययुः यस्य देवस्य यद्रूपं यथा भूषणवाहनं तद्वदेव तच्छक्तिः असुरान् योद्धुम् आययो. So this is important thing that we have got to know. What is the message? Men cannot do certain things that women could do it. That's why the wife of the house, the wife or Vajamana Yitri, the Gruha Lakshmi, she is simply superior, because how the house is like indicative of the lady of the house. The man of the house will not have, will be maybe powerful, but he has no time or any other condition. So if you go to a man, students are room by the men, you will be unhappy. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಹೆಂಗಸರವ ಮನೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ ರಹಸ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕಂಡೇಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈ ನಿಶುಂಭ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳು, ಇಂದ್ರ, ಅದರ್ ಆಲ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಫೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದೆಮ್, but they are all defeated. Not only defeated, their portfolios are also robbed by the Mahasuras. Therefore, they became ordinary people walking in the street. Therefore, they asked Amma, Nine Marbeku. So that's why Adishakti Ammavaru has taken the lead, and when she entered the war ground, that was the right occasion for all gods to deposit all their respective energies and take a form of Ammavaru Shakti Sainyam, and they fight not as human, not as a man way, but also as a woman. So woman is always more powerful than man. That's why it is said she is called Nari. Nari is, she has no enemy, in a sense that she is loving all people, she is comfortable, at the same time she is a corrective lady. The people are afraid of the woman of the house than anybody. even Amma, even the children also, Amma baitare antare. So Amma baitare, Appa bayodu, they can hug. But Amma bayodidiyala, that's very harm. So like that here, you observe Kali, Simha and Kali, all of them, they all became terribly angry. So, with anger, they shouted, and so they, moreover, with all that high rated sound, 11th sloka, tam ninadam nupasrutya दैत्यचैन्यश्चतुर्दिशं देवी सिंहस्तथा काली सरोषैः परिवारिताः एतस्मिन् अन्तरे भूपा सुरद्विषां विनाशाय भवाय अमरसिंहानाम् अतिवीर्यबलान्विताः. So, see, Amarasimhaha or Amaraha and Simhaha. So the here you should understand Devi is not alone. She has so many forms. That is, she becomes many. Ekaneka ಅಂತ. So ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಕಾಣಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ she becomes many. Even Vishnu Sahasranamam, you see, Ekonaikas stavah kakyam yattat padamanuttamam lokabandhur lokanatho. Like that it goes. Every word in every compliment, every epithet in Vishnu Sahasranamam is gold, highly resourceful for a number of interpretations. You look at it, the importance of Vishnu Sahasranamam is so much that Acharya Shankara has written commentary for that. And Lalita Sahasranamam is being explained in 100 slokas in Soundarlari by Shankara. So he has got full satisfaction that he has given something to the world. Anyway, so Bhavaya Amarasimhanam Ativirya Balanvitaha. So Ativirya, not simply ordinary Avirya, but A to the power infinity. And then the maximum power that they have got in them, that they exerted. See, man has been endowed with the maximum power, which he can use only when the emergency presses. ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Even from medical point of view or anatomical study, they say that when fear grips you or comes you, then you will perform yourself in such a way that you never have done like that. When tsunami
Adrenaline,
came,
adrenaline kick.
yeah, you know, very good, thank you. So when tsunami came, when that director of the Institute of Science, Bengaluru, Prabhakargaru, he told me he was just caught up in tsunami section. So he was telling to save himself, he ran away from the tsunami waves and all that in such a speed he could not imagine. That how he got secured or saved and how he saved himself. So he was telling when he came to Karnataka University for some lecture inauguration, some seminar. So I heard him, and that Rao Garu happens to be the guru of my Sambandhi, Gundapalli Subbarao. And so he attended my daughter's marriage also. But when he was describing the effect that the body was able to cooperate to escape from the fear and encroachment of the tsunami waves. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅತಿ ಬಲಾನ್ವಿತಾಹ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಈ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಬಲಂ. But when Ammavaru is going for a fight with the terrible Rakshasa, what they did, they just lived, emanated all their extraordinary energy, and on that extraordinary energy, who are the gods who have come to cooperate? Navadurga Prakirtitaha, or all these Matrukaha, Saptamatrukaha. We have separate sections or praise for the Saptamatrukas and also the Navadurgas. and also etc. like Ashtalakshmi and all that. In fact, in Mysore, Satish Auru, if you go to Mysore, you go to that Saptamatrika Devasthanam, newly built in the near university campus, Crawford Hall, and you can actually walk down to the temple. And I had the fortune of visiting the temple, Saptamatrika temple in Mysore, probably Vijayalakshmi Nagar or something like that. I forgot long back. But ಎಷ್ಟು ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಟೆಂಪಲು and and I made friends for some time with the Purohits there, and they were telling about the story, how it. So anyway, here who are the gods who shared their maximum power and given the form of Shakti Swarupinis? They are Brahma, Ishvara, Subramanya, Guha, Vishnu, Indra, and all these. From their body, there came emanated the Devis Sarirebhyaha Chandikam Vinishkramya Tadrupaihi Chandikam Viyuhu. Andreno Brahmani, then Kaumari, then Vishnu Shakti, Vaishnavi, and Indrani. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂದ್ರ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾmu ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡದೆ ದೇ ಲೂಸ್ ದ ವಾರ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ಸೆಂಟ್ ದೇರ್ ವೈವ್ಸ್ or their own Shaktis inside them and made them participate in that. This is exactly the proverbial Sanatana Dharma. See, if at all you want to defend yourself, when you cannot yourself do it, then you must depute your wife or your lady in the house that they will cow down the whole thing. Best example in Ramayana is I'm just trying to attest the idea how men are saved by the women. See, when delay happened, Rama did not grow angry, but Lakshmana, a sentimental fellow, emotional fellow, came to Rama and said, "Look, Sugriva is very busy and enjoying all Srungaram and the comfort and all that, which he was deprived since long because of his brother Vali. He forgot our Ramakarya. He has not sent A, B, C, D to find out the whereabouts of Sita. So I'm going to kill him." That is the height of anger that Lakshmana entertained before Rama. Then Rama said, "No, no, 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 no. No, 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 you are not correct. Because he's our friend. And you cannot take the drastic step towards your own friend. Therefore, he just advises, go and inform as my message, and that's the episode. And then so when Sugriva was informed by the doorkeepers and all that, Lakshmana is coming with top anger. So I don't know, you must go. Then Sugriva scented what would happen. So he requested Tara. At that time, they were all drinking, and Tara to go and talk to face that Lakshmana. So Tara Devi came. Valmiki in Kishkanda Kanda beautifully describes the way how that Tara with Panapatra, with loosened garments, etc., coming to talk to accost Lakshmana. And Lakshmana, though with anger he came, but the moment he saw Tara, he just bowed down his head. It became 30 degrees. So, and then spoke to her, and she spoke. Beautiful. You must actually enjoy that particular description and context, how Tara and Lakshmana, and ultimately the entire anger of Lakshmana stepped down, and he became cool, and in a very polite, respectful manner, he spoke to Tara, and afterwards, putting Tara in front, Sugriva comes and would have dialogue with Lakshmana, and that's a very beautiful episode, which you get it in that Kanda, And that because Valmiki Maharshi is all in all, he's a miscellaneous poet in the sense that he knows the human conduct, human emotions, and the circumstances that a human being would pass. Because Rama is Pakka human being. He never remembers that he's a Narayana, he is the God. Only in the Yuddha, Matali reminds to Rama when he was just wasting his all Astra Shastras upon second time when Ravana came. And then he said, "What? Rama, you are Narayana. How not you use that Brahmastram on him? That is the only astram upon him." So, like that, you understand. Here also, Brahma, Ishvara, Subramanya, Vishnu, Indra, Shakra, I mean, all these have given out then. So, how are these Ammavarlu? Actually, it is said 6 months ಸಹವಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the woman becomes the husband. ಅಂದರೆ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪಕ್ಕ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಉತ್ತರ ರಾಮಚರಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಭಟ್ಟನಾರಾಯಣ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ poets, my knowledge is only in Sanskrit dramas, but in Telugu and Kannada and other literatures also, the wife becomes her husband. She identifies if they go together for some time after marriage. ಸೊ ಏನು ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡನ ತರಹ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತಾರೆ. That kind of compliment is there, whether for positive or negative. The wife will follow the husband's ways and style and all that. Similarly, all these people, their Shaktis also, that's what he said. See, ಹೆಂಗಿದಾರೋ ಈ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ in the same manner, in the same tempo, height, even this all the Shaktis that joined Amavaru remained like that. So to say that, in other words, who is joining? The gods in female form, they are coming because in male form they are got defeated and there is no hope for them to overpower the Sumbha Rakshasas, and therefore they represented their Shaktis, their Shakti Devata, their energies inside. After all, man has 50% of woman in him, and a woman has got 50% of man in him. Therefore, a woman is able to walk in the night time boldly in the streets. And so that kind of, but sometimes the percentage in man and woman will vary. Some women will have more percentage of manliness, and some men will have more percentage of womanliness, and accordingly their behavior will be there. Exactly tell you, I'm not telling imagination, but in Valmiki Ramayana, in Ayodhya Kanda, Sita becomes little highly disturbed the moment Rama went to Sita's palace and said, "Sita, I'm going today to forest for 14 years. My father has ordered me. I have to make my father a truthful fellow. I'm going." Imagine the condition of a truthful, faithful wife, that Janaki. She takes after listening to Rama's speech, you should see the dialogue. And ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, see, if you leave me here and go away, what do my father think about you? He will simply consider you as a striyam purusha vigraham ಅಂತ compliment. The moment Sita said striyam purusha vigraham, ಅನ್ನೋ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ Rama changes. Said, no, then I don't want my father-in-law to have that compliment to me. No, I must take you all with you. So all the time she was telling ಸ್ಮಾರಯೇ ನತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಯೇ, ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ರಾಮ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಸಿಷನ್. ಗೋ, get ready, come with me. So the dialogue between Rama and Sita was being overheard by Lakshmana. He understood the whole show and immediately he came to Rama and said, "I will also come with you." Imagine again Lakshmana and Rama. So the context is so powerful that the woman is the steering force. In the entire Ramayana, entire Ramayana is a woman force, how it works up to ultimately see that dharma uddharana taken place. So, but for Surpanakha, Ravana would not have taken away the Sita. So Surpanakha is the um, is the key, is the kama in the life of Rama. ರಾಮಚರಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಶೂರ್ಪಣಖದಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ that Maricha is also another kama for. So like that, there are no full stops at all in Ramayana, all kamas only. That's why ಇಲ್ಲ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಮಗಳೇ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದಿಟ್ಸ್ ಪಂಕ್ಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಕಾಮ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್. ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಡಾಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ because I have to remember Ramayana, Mahabharata, and in fact, even in Mahabharata also, all Pandavas were agreeing whatever status that it is like proposed by Dhritarashtra, as you see in Viduraniti. You are not absent, but anyway, that Viduraniti comes into YouTube also. So, in 500 slokas, into eight chapters, Vidura is trying to brainwash Dhritarashtra and telling the truths and neeti and moral, everything. Anyway, here also, these Shaktis, that is Brahma, Ishvara, Subramanya Swami, because they are all champions. And these Brahmani, so all these champions have come up among the Asura, among the Devas, and they all joined Amavaru. And how are they? Yasya devasya yadrupam yatha bhushana vahanam tatvadeva tatshaktihi asuran yodhum ayayo. So ditto antaralva, similar to the various same ayudhas. For example, you have got Kaumari, means Shakti Astra, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಣಿ, ಕೌಮಾರಿ, ವೈಷ್ಣವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಯಾ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೋಡನ್ನು, ಮೊಡಾಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಂದರು. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬಂದರು ಅಂದರೆ, ನೌ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಫಾರಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೇಲ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವುಮನ್, no matter when crisis comes up, that's exactly the message of Durga Saptasati. In fact, ಒಂದು ಸುಮನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಬ್ಬಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತಸತಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಶಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೆದರ್ ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇನ್ 3 days ದ ಮೆಸೇಜ್. ನೋ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಆಯಾ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಬಂದು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಿ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಸ್ವರೂಪಂ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಆಫ್ ದಿ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೇಯಿಂಗ್, ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್, ಮಹಿಷಮರ್ದಿನಿ ದುರ್ಗಾ, ಶಿವ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಮಹಿಷಾಸುರಮರ್ದಿನಿ ಜಯ 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 ಅಂದರೆ ಈಸ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ Sadashiva or Shiva. So if Durga is fighting with her, indirectly even Shiva is also fighting. Anodu andrenu, there is the complete compliance and agreement of the husband of the house, husband of the wife, who comes to manage the house affairs, all the home affairs and all these things. So every man has got experience and regard for the wife. I know that in crisis or in difficulty or in doubtful situation, she will give the solution. That's exactly what you see here also. I give another example in Ramayana. See, the time came when Dasaratha's tithi was to be done in Aranyakanda. ಸೊ ಆ ತಿಥಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೇಕಲ್ವ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದಿ ಅಡುಗೆ, ದಿ ಪಿತೃದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ, ಅಡುಗೆ ಕ್ಷತ್ರಿಯರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಸೀತಾದೇವಿ ಸೇಸ್, ವೈ ರಾಮ ಯು ಆರ್ ವರಿಯಿಂಗ್, I am there to help you in this regard. You take so and so as your priest. You take you go and because for Kshatriyas the deer flesh, deer dish is very much important. You go and bring one fresh deer, and I'll cook for you. So this is all a woman is giving lot of support to that. That's why Sita is highly worried when Hanuman went. Only up to the time I was abducted by Ravana, I was a counselor to my Rama. But now I don't know how he is living, and he has no my counsel and my things. I am so unhappy. I'm so worried. Like that, she speaks to Hanuman. That is say that a woman always thinks of her husband when she is. That's why ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಾರೋಡ್ ದಿ ವಾಹನಂ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಭರಣಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ 15th ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಹಂಸಯುಕ್ತ ವಿಮಾನಾಗ್ರೇ ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯಸೂತ್ರಕಮಂಡಲು ಆಯಾತ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಣೀತಿ ಅವಿಧೀಯತೆ ಮಾಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ವೃಷಾರೂಢ ತ್ರಿಶೂಲವರಧಾರಿಣಿ वा महाहिवलया प्राप्ता चंद्ररेखा विभूषणा कौमारी शक्तिहस्ता च मयूरवरवाहना योद्धुम् अभ्यायौ दैत्यान् अंबिका गुरुरूपिणी तथैव वैष्णवी शक्तिः गरुडोपरि संस्थिता शङ्खचक्रगदा शारङ्ग खड्गहस्ताब्धिपाययौ. So these slokas I just read today, and we can explain that we can imagine Nama Vasan and some people have gone to Vaishnavi Devata. So to have Vaishnavi Darshanam is not easy. Probably I don't know, but I was told you have to crawl to go to the temple, and she is there inside a guha or inside a cave. So, but anyway, these are all very powerful Stree Shaktis who are responsible to project the prowess of their respective husbands. And there is that Dharmodharana and Dharma Samsthapana and Mahasura Samhara, and see that the world is filled with the positivity and driving away or quelling or subduing the entire evil thing. So a Kshatriya, a wicked man is always afraid. But a person who adopts the truth, there is no second. That's why ನಿಜವನ್ನು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ಅವಸರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಳ್ಳನ್ನು ನಿಜ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಲಾಯರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಮಗ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಅದೇ ಕೇಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಅಪ್ಪ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಡೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವನು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕೇಸು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಅಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನೀನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀಯ ಆ ಕೇಸನ್ನು, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಫೈನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಮುಟ್ಟಾಳ, ಆ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನೀನು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನೋ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೀಯ ಅಂತ ಜೋಕ್. ಸೊ ಇವನು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಿನಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಾನಂತ. ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ರಿಯಲಿ ಒನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್, ದ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ that the father have had in order to a number of purposes. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಕೌಮಾರಿ, ವೈಷ್ಣವಿ, ಮಾಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣಿ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಐ ಲವ್ ದೀಸ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ we may not be able to visit these temples and ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರ because in a limited time of any human being, ಏನು 10 ದಶಕಾಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ 10 ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸ್, 10 ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡಿ. 55 ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 12 ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಬಾತ್, 8 ಡಿಕೇಡ್ಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಟು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಸ್. ಎನಿವೆ, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಅದೃಷ್ಟವಂತರು. ಹಾಗೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್ and we continue next in the next forthcoming. Narayana. Om Swasti. Heli Satish avare.
Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu सह वीर्यङ्करवह्वहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ कृष्णार्पणमस्तु ॐ मातृचरणाविन्दस्तु ॐ दुर्गा आशीर्वादोस्तु ॐ स्वस्ति.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. You have done a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job. And all this will appear in the